Jim, you think I don't know I look like if Amazon sold a Jeff Bezos blow-up doll?
All I know is I don't feel safe with you around. Unless you put a lamb skin on that.
You saying I look like a penis?
Last time I saw something like that, I was shaking the drops.
Even as a kid, Nick has always been the most serious one in the family. He's almost as serious as his nipples are massive.
It's fake. Fake news. It's fake. I'll show you right now. They're not that big.
You look great, Dave.
Thank you.
How was your weekend picking up bottles and cans at the Gay Pride Parade?
Jeff looks like every deleted scene from the movie Taken.
We have your daughter. Thanks. Coming from a guy who looks like he just threatened Stormy Daniels in a parking lot.
Wow.
You were one of the great orators of our time. Your speeches were profound. They were moving. They were boring as fuck. You gave the I Have a Dream speech at the March on Washington. And by the time you were done, it was the July on Washington. As long as the Negro is denied the service to the mountaintop and the freedom and the bus, you sound like a ghost who's trying to haunt the outside of a liquor store.
And when I think of Steve, and it's not often, but when I do, the one thing that strikes me more than anything else about you is how unbelievably pale you are in person. It's like I'm being haunted, you know, no, really. Yeah, I mean, you look like a page in a coloring book that hasn't been colored yet. Steve once got a sunburn from his Kindle reader. You look like Anderson Cooper froze to death on New Year's Eve. Yes, you did. Thank you. You look like someone put a white toupee on a urinal. And listen to me. I'm not trying to be negative.
No, I can tell. Why?
But out of curiosity, how far into the embalming process did they get before you woke up screaming?
Okay, all right. Now you've gone too far, okay? These guys rock, okay? A Little Bit Longer is both my favorite album. Yeah. Yes. And it's what Sophie wishes Joe's penis was.
Hey, easy.
Winter is coming, but Sophie, not so much.
I guess I'm here tonight because I wrote about Freddie Mercury in my suicide note. It's true. What a weird way to get a gig. If you don't know, I killed myself at 27, and all I got out of it was a couple shitty murals and a bunch of baristas doing ukulele covers of my songs on YouTube. And in my suicide note, I said I thought it's better to burn out than to fade away. And who knows? If I had just chosen to fade away, I could be alive right now opening for the Foo Fighters. I mean, I spent my life moping around, dressed like Mr. Rogers at a rave, dating mentally unstable women. Meanwhile, you fucked everything that moved while wearing some kind of interdimensional marching band costume.
People often fantasize about bedding a president. I know I did. But on the rare occasion we coupled in the biblical sense, I must admit my mind would drift to fantasies of the dashing, young, preeminent thespian of our time, John Wilkes Stamos. My husband famously said, "A house divided cannot stand." Too bad he didn't say, "A full house divided cannot reboot."
Yes, for much of my youth, like you guys, I was in a purity pledge situation. A pledge was taken that I would remain a virgin by every single girl at my school. And do you know how I was able to keep my man hymen intact for so long? Because of you guys. Seriously, the more I told people that I listened to your music, the less they wanted to have sex with me. I may as well have worn one of your albums around my neck like a leper's bell.
Back then, the Jonas Brothers rocked all kinds of wild looks, and nobody said a damn thing. I mean, that's how famous they were. Look at how ridiculous they looked. Nick, what's up with the hat, man?
I don't know.
You look like Slash from Guns N' Roses had a weird stepson.
Ooh. Tell us about this photo, Steve.
I call this picture, hello, ladies. Goodbye, ladies. Oh. This is an exclusive. This is the first photo of the new border wall.
That'll keep him out.
Oh, and this is what it would look like if cocaine had a face. I love this picture.
Yeah.
This is actually you in the actual Oval Office.
Yes, it was. It was 1994, and you're probably wondering what I'm doing.
Well, I know what you're doing. The question is, did Bill Clinton take you up on your offer?
No disrespect, but this is the most fucked up bat mitzvah ever. Adolf Hitler. Seeing you for the first time is unbelievable. I mean, I was hiding from this. When does the master race guy show up? You look like you've been trapped in an attic longer than I was. Third Reich? I mean, can we get someone from the First Reich? Am I right, people? Ah! Woo! You tried to break us, but today the Jewish people are thriving more than ever. In fact, guess what, Hitler? You're being played by a Jew right now. And it's the loudest, most annoying Jew we could possibly find.
Yes, we can. Get it roasted. All right. I thought I'd never seen a day that a man named Nelson would challenge my blackness, but yet here we are. I heard of Beast of No Nation, but you look like Beast of No Lotion. Yeah, lick it. You ash it. Look like you've been swimming in baby powder. Now, when I saw your outfit, Nelson, I gotta be honest, I wasn't sure if you were going to shake my hand or read my palm. Remember, Nelson, no, don't get up. Don't, just sit down, please. Sit. Now, during my time as president, people often compare me to Dr. Martin Luther King. They said, Barack Obama, the way you carry yourself resembles that of the late Dr. King. You wish you had much swag as me. Your downfall was that you weren't cool enough, all right? Sure, you had the following, but have you seen my Instagram, huh? 100 million likes, and that's from Joe Biden. Come on now.
Kevin, real talk, Kevin is actually my favorite Jonas brother. Yeah, he is.
Mine too.
Because he makes you believe that anyone can be a pop star. When you see a picture of him next to Nick and Joe, you always think, wow, Nick and Joe are really close with their accountant.
Dave, that outfit makes a statement.
What is it?
Table for one. Dave, you look like you shop at AutoZone.
Thanks.
Can we just do this? Can I just do this for the rest of the night?
Go, hit me with it. Get it out of your system.
It's fine.
Jeff, if you can believe in yourself half as much as you do in cream cheese, I will be a happy man. If we get that one thing. Oh my, whoa! Thanos from Infinity War has shown up.
Let me just say, Steve, truthfully, what an honor it is for me to be standing next to a man who is a novelist, a playwright, a musician, a composer, and a legendary comedian.
And let me say, what an honor it is for me to be standing next to the man who is standing next to that man.
We all had our title. I was the shy one. Joe was the cute one. And Kevin was the virgin. But it's cool, Kev. You milked that for all it was worth. You played it well, sir. But you know, it was around this time that you really started coming into your own. Hand.
The many men who have written my story over the centuries called me a whore queen. These are all secondhand accounts by men whose first hand is probably jerking into my statues. Never mind that I was a commander of a naval fleet. Oh, and I married and murdered children. Yet somehow, whore queen is my nickname. It's just lazy writing.
Can I ask a question? May I? A lot of people ask Gilbert, and I've asked you this before, and Jeff, you've asked this of Gilbert, is what happened? And you asked it.
Nice one, Bob.
Well, I asked him, did you have parents that were in the Holocaust? Did something happen to you?
See, this is where the comedy picks up. Once he starts bringing Auschwitz and Dachau, this is now the fun begins.
So did you go to...
Hey, how many of you were ever in the gas chambers? Come on.
This is great. Bob, I like you, but I love Gilbert. I mean, he is just fucking demon. He's a demon. Gilbert should get another job of just telling kids they're adopted.
Every person on this stage told school to go stuff it in your grandpa's pocket. And we're the biggest stars in the world. You think Brucey Lee over there ever sat through home ec? Applesauce. He foot slapped that commie teacher upside the head and then went outside and stood on one toe for an hour.
That's right.
You think that glittery Elvis Presley could thumb his way through Hemingway? Last time this fruitcake picked up a book, it was to crush up Quaaludes. You know what they made the babe study in school? Shirt making. You think these Jimmy Deans could sew a dang shirt? No way, bub. Know what the babe did instead? He went outside, got bladdered up, and hit a baseball. Now the babe's a millionaire. Yeah. So listen to the great Bambino. Find out what it is you like doing, and do that. Don't let people decide your life for you. The only reason anyone should go to college is to learn how to screw.
Let's talk about the purity rings. For those of you who don't know, purity rings are worn to demonstrate that you're abstaining from sex before marriage. And the Jonas Brothers, they all had them. Look, I know this is a roast, and you all think I should be going after them, but I think we need to set the record straight here. No, the rings weren't a good idea. Yes, as a gesture, they're laughably toe-curlingly lame. But remember, this was about more than a gesture. This was about faith. This was about principle. This was about taking a stand and setting an example. Look, Joe Jonas wasn't just sticking his fingers in some dumb metal rings. He was sticking his fingers in co-stars, actresses, and even a supermodel or two. To be honest, Joe and the purity ring thing was kind of like a modern-day Cinderella. I mean, Joe tried to find a match for his purity rings a few times, but finally, the finger fit me. It was also like Cinderella because most of the girls he tried it with were under contract to Disney.
Why don't you take one of your 7 layers off?
Fuck no. Excuse me. Can I ask these guys...
Are you going to shovel the driveway after the show?
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off,
Summertime!
Holy shit.
Dave's dressed like a guy who has a job that nobody wants when they're growing up.
What am I, your manager? Is that what it is? Come on.
You got me, finally!